Morning everybody, it's finals day for our Region Sides Championships for 2024. A very fresh Sebastopol Bowling Club. The men's gold final on stream this morning. It's Goulburn looking to go one better than last year against Bendigo Campaspe Goldfields. How are they in the final? They snuck in by 1.4%. Unbelievable events in the last round last night. We'll touch on that later on. Joining me this morning, Gussie McIsaac. Welcome, mate.
Morning, Sam. How are you?
Very well. Good
it
to
was
be,
a busy day yesterday. Keeping on top of it all the different things coming in and all the calculations that were going in and out. And as you said, there were just twists and turns right up to the last bowl, really, in a few games. But here we are. Today's the day when they're playing for gold and they're playing for silver as well. We've got a couple of other teams playing on the other green in the silver, and those have earned the right to go back to gold next year, which is a real feather in their cap. And this is a bit of cream on the cake for them just to take a title home too. So on that green, we've got MCC. Oh, I was going to say MCC playing Clayton or Melbourne.
Sort of game, yeah.
It's a Premier League type of game. You've got the Yarra playing Sandbell.
Yep.
So it's a all metro affair in the men and the women, a local affair, or kind of a West Coast versus local team Ballarat, isn't it?
Ballarat Highlands. West Coast. Jimmy reckons he tipped West Coast. They went 3 from 3. They were in Victoria where I was yesterday. They went along well.
I saw him changing tips yesterday, late last night. You know,
is that true?
You could have been altering paperwork. I think
we'll have a chat about that later on then.
What is the prize for that footy tipping? Bowls tipping?
I'm not sure. It might have been up to JT who set it up, whether JT was going to win or not, but I don't think he was anywhere near the top.
So it was fixed and cooked from the start, was it?
Yeah, pretty much. Not worth me winning by the looks of it. Anyway, the stream Rink here this morning. This is Denzel Cartwright on the mat for Goulburn. They've got Scott Adams leading up, Guy Madigan third, Denzel here on the mat, Dave Dawes skipping for Goulburn. Bendigo Campaspe Goldfields, Lee Graham lead, Travis Kelly second, Cam Keenan playing third, and Kevy Anderson on skipping duties.
Star-studded, really, isn't it?
Cracking game. So 15 ends straight through, no time limit here, as it's the final.
Did both these teams go through undefeated?
No, I don't believe. Goulburn might have. I reckon they drew the first game against Northern Gateway and then won their next two. Won their next two pretty convincingly. Had big shots up.
Yep. And we've got a bit of sun out today. It's pretty cool yesterday. It's probably about 13 to 14 degrees here now. Sun's up. Yeah, so perfect conditions for bowls. A slight breeze.
You can probably hear sort of the wind is more favoured, sort of coming back this direction. We're playing the first in now. I think running a second quicker at least, just with the wind getting in behind it.
So they've had their two trials. This is the first end of the game.
And as you see, Gussie, probably with being an extra second, pretty much all bowls either jack high or past the jack on the opening end.
Yeah. Well, it's slightly downhill coming back from right to left from us.
Yeah.
So you know it'll be interesting when we see them. They struggled coming back the other way yesterday, pushing back up into that breeze.
Yep.
So we'll see how the boys go. Never seen Big Kev in a different shirt before. He looks different, doesn't he?
I was going to make a comment on I've never seen him playing in pants before, but here we are.
Yep.
And on cue, we've seen everyone go through about a metre past the head and pulled up a couple feet short with his first. Jump in the comments. Let us know your predictions for the finals. There's 4 of them here at Sebastopol this morning. The women's gold final as well, Gussie. On the same green as us. We've got the Amundsen Murray girls taking on Eastern Rangers. That should be a pretty fair contest as well, I'd imagine, on paper.
Fantastic.
Looks pretty good.
The Eastern Rangers team and both those teams are, again, lots and lots of talent. And that Eastern Rangers team are just a very close-knit, just tight team, you know. And that got them through. I think they went through undefeated as well. You know, amongst, the ladies' side of the draw was really tough. You know, and to get through those two teams is testament to those two teams, so they stand out.
David Dawes doesn't seem a mile away here. He's getting
close.
a piece of the jack.
Yeah. Straight away off the bank. They're pretty amazing, aren't they? They don't muck around.
Easy shot. So 1 to David Dawes and Goulburn Murray away in our men's gold final for Region Sides 24.
Dave Cartwright liked that. He gave him a bit of a sweep of that. Nearly didn't take his hat off, but he gave him a bit of a bow.
Yeah, pretty happy with that. Let's touch on how Bendigo Campaspe Goldfields got here. You guys touched on it yesterday afternoon, but it was absolute crazy. We'd never seen anything like that before. Yesterday there was so many results that went down to the wire. So Bendigo Campaspe needed Murray Malley and JT to knock off Metro West, who looked like they were the team to beat coming into this.
Yeah, Metro had won their first 2 games pretty convincingly. And looking pretty dominant. And they went into the last game. I think they could have nearly just lost the game, but as long as they lost by just a little bit, the percentages would have told them, or shots. I think they had about 20 shot
well,
differential.
they had at least 20, and Campaspe Goldfields were struggling. They were going neck and neck with their game at Eastern Rangers. So Murray Malley ended up knocking off Metro West by 2 shots late on in the game, thanks to some JT heroics. Well, that's what he's told us. And then Bendigo Campaspe Goldfields, who were sort of neck and neck halfway through their game with Eastern Rangers, have come storming home. If we have a look through the live scoring, Gussie, there's 2s, 3s and runs of shots. Kevy Anderson went on a huge run. They only dropped 3 ends for the game.
Wow.
And Andrew Brown picked up a 4 and a 3 on the last 2 ends and ended up winning by 20 shots.
Amazing. Yep.
To mean that the ladder, Bendigo Campaspe and Metro West, 2 wins, 1 loss, both on plus 24 shots. But Bendigo Campaspe Goldfields with the better percentage by 1.43%. Have we ever seen anything like that in a region size before?
Never, and you probably never see it again. There's a few things that you won't see again. I think the ties, the amount of ties we had.
I reckon the first round across all our 4 host clubs, we had at least 4 draws.
4 draws.
Yep.
Yarra girls had 2 draws in their first 2 games, and of course, you know, when everything was finished at the end of the day, we had a look, and you know, of our 8 finals being played, 8 different regions. That's just testament to the good play and the way maybe the system we've got in place now. Maybe it just shows that there's an evenness about it, and
absolutely,
and how tough it is. To dominate this sort of tournament now is it's hard.
Correct.
You're going to have to come here and play your best bowls and be the best bowlers on the day. Which
is what made Goulburn Murray returning here for a second year in a row to the men's gold final. Such an impressive effort with the closest of the sections. A draw against Northern Gateway in the first game yesterday, and then two big wins in round 2 and 3 to get them here. Trav Kelly getting after this one. Gussie not too far away, needs to hold on.
It looks like there's a nice bit of finish on the green coming back that way.
That turned a fair bit, yeah.
Do you feel small amongst some of these guys? There's some big, tall boys out there, isn't there?
We were playing Shep Golf pairs last week, and sat next to Davey Dawes, and then Denzel's on the rink next to us, and it's all right. It's all in the quality of the bowler, mate. That's all that matters.
That's exactly
not playing footy.
No. They do get a bit of transfer between the sports up in the country for footy and that, and
yes.
Good bowl here. Gave it a chance.
Just drifting on past. Good shot.
Great home. You don't mind your bowls being there.
The best thing about being able to follow all the action from where I was out of Victoria, BC yesterday, Gussie, was
you could see everything going on.
See everything that was going on.
It just give you a feel, even when you could read out the see how those games finished up, and end by end, you could actually see the scoring.
Yep. We've got our managers and spectators on their phones again this morning. So if there's another score in one of the other 4 finals going on, jump onto BowlsLink. It's all there end by end. If you're following, we'll give some score updates throughout the morning as well, Gussie.
Yep. You see Cam Keenan's bowl just didn't finish on there, so you've just got to give it a little bit extra coming back this way. Let's see where Dave's finishes. Not bad, pretty good weight. Just a touch more required. I'm sure Cam will correct here. Let's have a look at his correction.
Yeah, more correction in line than anything.
Yeah, I think he's added... just got to run a little bit. Yeah, look at that. He's added his couple of feet. You're right about the line, just a touch
ducking,
more.
Yeah.
It's just turning. Once it's turning, it's been a great venue up in Ballarat here this year, and all the clubs that we've been using have been fantastic supporters of the whole tournament. You know, it's just been a real buzz around the town, and there's a lot of locals here because they've got some, local girls playing out on the other green, and there's a real interest amongst the locals coming around and having a look at seeing how it's all going to unfold here today. A lot of the players stayed up last night, even those that aren't involved in the finals today, and a lot of them are coming down. I think the Yarra girls are here supporting the Yarra guys, and so it's a real good feel around the place, real buzz.
Bit of early weight here from Kevin Gussie. What's he got here?
Close.
Fair bit of action. Clears a whole heap of bowls out. It looks like a couple shots.
Yep. Cam put his finger up there. It's got that out pretty clean. And there was no kiddie movement there, was there? So
no, it was pretty big target to get up through. So good conversion.
Draw coming here. Just draw shot.
Yeah, he's got probably 1.5 foot of room here, Dawsy, to draw the shot. Up and off the mat in no time.
Yeah, it's going to sweep, I think.
Yeah, I think he's just under for weight here, so can Kevy make him pay and add in a third?
Yeah, that's that extra we're talking about, the couple, probably 2 or 3 feet you kind of need coming back that way.
I probably should have asked you before the game actually started. Now that Kevy might be able to pick up a 3. Do you have a tip for us here on the stream, Rink?
I'll go with Bendigo Campaspe Gold, just to be different.
Oh, I thought so as well.
Yeah. I consider them like kind of the locals, and look. When I did my tips early in the week and had a look at the teams, some of them you're trying to rank them 1 to 4, very difficult, and you got to rank them 1 to 4. You got to sort of put one above the other, and it's a bit of a toss of a coin. I'll go back and have a look how it all unfolded. I don't think I picked too many. See, I know about bowls.
So Kevy missing out there, but a good first one to rip a couple of the Gold Murray bowls out of the head, gets them a couple.
Pinch your line on this. It does hurt you, doesn't it?
Yeah, the boys just taking a couple ends to find it. As you said earlier, host clubs were fantastic yesterday out of Victoria BC, where I was. Cracking hospitality.
How are the egg and bacon rolls?
You missed out.
I did get one here.
You missed out.
I got one here.
Nah, well, Victoria had them covered. Plenty of volunteers around the place setting up. They just love the fact that we're able to bring an event of this size to the city of Ballarat. And we had people doing the overall scoreboards on the venue and lunches, barbecues behind the bar, just everyone willing to help out from their club to make things run like clockwork throughout the day. And from all reports, it was similar at other two host clubs, Central Windaree and Webb Connor as well.
Yep. And given, we had a little bit of rain yesterday, but not too much, just enough to dampen a few things. But, I mean, basically, we got through unscathed, really, and
yep.
The players really did an exceptional job in the conditions, I think. Good effort there. Gave that a chance.
Yeah, drifting under, and it's drifted all the way.
Look,
stay on. Can't quite see.
And especially in this game with the two guys, going to be a bit of weight played. When they're not going to muck around. So anything behind is going to be good today.
Yeah. Trav Kelly.
Good effort there.
That's a very good shot.
These bowls are a bit similar to the ones I've got, aren't they, mate? Red, white and blue, are they? I didn't notice too much about what bowls the players were electing to use. On some of the... Yesterday, maybe with some of the slower greens or whatever, some may have pulled out some bowls a bit more turny. But I didn't have a good look at all the bowls that are being used. But I'm sure most of these guys got a couple of sets of bowls and will bring out ones that they feel will be the...
Yeah, I reckon there's a couple of boys that are pretty keen and might have
a few
different sets. Yep.
Like a garage full.
Yeah, yeah. A few familiar faces in the comments this morning. Swanee tuning in from Moama.
Supporting his
Ethan
team.
Johnson supporting the boys. Yep. Mickey West doesn't miss too many live streams on BVTV either.
No, he's there.
Oh, a bit of noise from Chris Ferguson next door towards the completion of their second end. Not quite sure of the situation. Anyway. Talking of familiar faces in the comments, our self-appointed best manager for region sides for 2024, Josh Renix, looking after the Northern Gateway men's team. Gussie,
yep.
Sure he would have done a tremendous job out here yesterday.
Yeah, well, there's another strong team that,
haven't lost a game and aren't here. That's just the...
Just shows, with the talent in that team, But,
missing their best player this year, but anyway.
Who was that? The man himself sitting next to me?
That's right.
You can't do everything. You can't be here being a great commentator and on the green and doing all the behind-the-scenes stuff.
No, that's correct.
There's only one Sam Rogers, after all.
Only game this morning, Anthony Witkowski. There's 4 finals here, mate. So 2 gold. The men's and women's finals on this green you're seeing here, and on the green to the left of us, Gussie, is the women's finals.
Yeah, it's a very, very simple equation. All the games played yesterday, we know who our finalists are at the end of day 1. Day 2 is finals day. There's no moving day on Sunday, it's finals day. So it's a pretty easy equation for the guys. Win the games that you're playing, and you will get the chocolates. Kev got a fair bowl, just didn't run on for him. Yeah, he just wanted to know how far short he was, and there's still early days rink end-wise, so he's just still getting a feel for each side. He probably hadn't played a bowl on that hand, maybe. Lots of people rolling in now. They obviously got to sleep in, Sam. We were here, what?
How fortunate as David Dawes slices the jack down the line. It's going to make it pretty tricky now for Kevin, I would have thought, mate.
He might switch onto the forehand now.
Yeah, unlikely to be short, I would have thought.
No, I think he'll just go those... There is no respot. It's dead end. So if the jack goes out, then they get to start it again. So they can be here all afternoon, as far as they're concerned. Don't think, is there a time limit?
No time limit for the finals.
No.
15 ends. Yep.
So they can be here all day. How's he looking? I don't think it's going to hold. Those
crashes the front.
Yeah. Those are the shots that hard to play on this, and I've been watching them, trying to play some of them yesterday. I personally think you just got to go a bit more definite at some of those and take the swing out of it. Depends what sort of shot he's trying to play, of course.
Yeah.
But if he wanted to land the bowls, then pretty direct is probably a safe option. He's going to kill it anyway if he gets it. Track, and he's got to clear that front bowl.
Yeah, pretty difficult draw shot, but it was the safer of the two options, so the boys will have a look. And
you're going to tell us how many?
Yeah, I reckon it was a few, mate.
That's maybe why no one's saying anything.
I missed that. It was 4. To
Right.
Dawes and Crew, so handy early pickup. Dawsey trailing the jack down the line.
So they're 4 down there, and Kev's played a sort of swinger, half swinger, on it.
They're tough in the sort of conditions, the way they're playing early in the game. He already went quicker the previous end, and he was able to get the result.
Yep.
So, and with Goulburn Murray picking up 2 on Brad Orr's Rink, and same on Brett Gutting as well. They sneak out to an ever
Great
so
start.
early lead.
Yeah, brilliant start. I think we've got sun all day, which is nice. Don't know what it's like in Melbourne. Another good bowl there, just a foot or more needed on that run. Breeze just caught it. You can't feel that breeze at home, but we can definitely feel it back into our faces here now. Got it quite strong. So it will be affecting the bowls. But the bowls are still turning on it. 2 great bowls. That's and 2 touches, I think. Back hopper. Anything close, anything to build ahead for the skips and the thirds. Make it easier for them to convert. Yeah, good bowl there. Smooth delivery there. Got fairly good pace on this. Just didn't quite want to give, and that's that side that's just holding slightly. Get under the breeze at will. Cam Keenan, he didn't like it out of the hand. Did not like it out of the hand, he just never sent it. Even these good bowlers can put in the odd short one or wide one. Makes us all feel a bit more better about ourselves, because we know we do it. You kind of expect them to be superhuman, but they are human. Fair bowl here. Yeah. Yeah, lovely ad. All right, what's Cam going to do here? Might be playing a bit of... He switched to the other side. He doesn't... It's not...
Just run inside to get myself a refreshment, Gussie, and
good.
as I've done so,
Bit of
Jim's looked at me and realised he's meant to be doing live scoring as he's just sitting down.
Right.
Yep.
Had his feet up, did he?
Yep. Recovery mode.
Dave Cartwright slips another one in there. Great home there. Probably holding 2.
Yeah, they've got set up pretty well again, haven't they?
Yep. Yeah. Their lead, he touched the ball, I think 2 touches. So, great start. Here comes Cam. How's he like it? Just going to turn on him. Pretty good weight.
Yeah, that was nice enough speed just to try and change something up around the front. Yep.
Yeah, or, you know, just pushing their front bowl up.
I think so.
Into the head. 1 down in this game is gold, really. Yeah, if you can't get shot, we saw it a bit yesterday, you know, people just not playing because they don't want to turn 1 down into 4 down. It doesn't help. Not in a 15-end game. Although the 15-end games, I think, have proven, you know, that's a good test, I think. You know, just gives you a couple of extra ends in that 12-end game. And just enough to make it a proper battle.
There's Cam going here all the way down.
Great bowl. Yeah.
Well played. Cameron Keenan, plenty of support for BCG in the comments as well.
Oh, yeah. He didn't miss his... He played a good one with his first one. He stuck there and made sure he was going to get down to that head, and he did. He's really grown over the last couple of years, hasn't he? Not just in size, but you know, he's played a couple of years up the Moama pairs with with Bester and
that, won it last year and then knocked off in the first round this year.
Yeah, yep.
That was by us.
Oh, it wasn't that? Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, they're there to be beaten, aren't they, Sam?
That's right.
You sort of kind of try harder when you see you playing.
Yes.
But that tournament, everyone's hard, you know. Every game's tough. How many did you win that year? 4?
Couldn't tell you. Yeah, 3 or 4.
Yeah, that's a good effort.
All right. Kevy, more speed this way. Didn't miss last time. Tell you what. Oh, wow. I was going to say he hasn't missed again. Oh, I cannot believe that he's actually found the gap. He's got backhand weight, that hand.
Yeah.
And missed the front one at that angle and not collected any piece of the jack. Very unlucky.
Where's he going here? Something in the way?
I think he's just trying to
draw another one.
Draw another shot.
Yeah.
And if he rips all the way back down to the line.
Well, he has.
What a shot. David
Counting
DAWS.
and in.
Well, same shot by Kevy gets the result this time. No gap there anymore, Gussie.
Counting and in front, but if he hits the target, he's going to...
He won't miss this, Kevin. What's your name?
He's got it.
Gus.
Yeah. Oh, wow. And it's gone out.
All the way out of bounds and we'll restart.
They kind of don't miss, these guys, do they?
Not twice. Very unlucky to miss with the first anyway. It's
a big weapon of our, of our super bowlers when you look at the likes of, well, Sheriff's probably not a driver as such, but Besters and Kevy and people like that, you know, they just have a drive that they can go to, even when they're big numbers down. They trust it, you know. You're never safe.
Yep. As you mentioned, Angus, nice little crowd rolling in. A few of the men's teams that have been knocked out last night. We see the Eastern Rangers boys over the far side there have come in to support the
girls,
the women in their gold final, and plenty of support for the locals over the back there. I can see the Ballarat Highlands women. They'll be one of our gold sections next year. So all those teams playing the silver final, as you said.
Yep.
Promoted and playing gold in 2025.
Yep. One of the things that we haven't had a close look at exactly the ups and downs and who came up and if anyone went back, but a few that came up stayed and some went back, and there was a mixed bag really. So, you know, there's not this, you know, there's still an evenness even amongst the tiered system.
Yep.
There's a respectful evenness. It's just where you are in the groupings, that's all. And it's a fine line between gold and silver, really, between all of them, you know.
Yeah, Geelong just missing out yesterday. Yarra just getting over the line, so Yarra and Sandbelt in the men's are going to come straight back up, but...
Yarra or Sandbelt, could anyone, both those teams could win it gold next
year.
Oh,
100%. 100% they could.
You know, and they'll go away believing that.
Yep.
You know. No, I think it's a testament to showing the system is working, and it freshens it up, doesn't it? Great ball here. Yep, good leading by both the leads. He's close here. He's just going to hang on. And he did. What a bowl.
Behind the Jack's ideal and has done. Guy, good shot.
Beautiful bowl.
See if Trav can see the last one out. Not sure if it's getting all the way back down from there.
Yeah, he's just... That's a good home.
Yeah, Kevin not too disappointed. No. Anything past the Jack in this situation's all good. 4 on the ring next door. So Mr. Andrew Brown, Bendigo Campaspe Goldfields, ties things up. I see it on a piece on the overall.
I think it's
early days.
Just going to go toe for toe.
Yeah, I think so. There's going to be close the whole way.
With all the excitement we had yesterday, I would doubt very much there's not going to be twists and turns today.
Yep.
So if you're watching, hang about. We'll try and keep you posted on most of the scores, but as we said, you can see them on the portal. Get in there and have a look. Follow that. Pick your team that you think's going to go through and make a bet with yourself and enjoy the day. It's a good bowl there.
So Goulburn Murray holding one. Boys just trying to work out how they get another one in their head there without making it any easier for Cam to get at. Alrighty, Dave Cartwright, not a million miles away here, just needs this to run up to the centre of the line's not too bad. Oh, handy, probably does enough for 4th shot. Don't know if that makes it any easier for Cameron either. Kevy's back in to draw this on the backhand.
Oh, Cam's
Try
been...
and get another one in the head. They only got one in there at the moment.
Cam's been drawing well. I mean, that's the thing. Kevy can trust him. He'll get another one in there for him and give him some insurance.
Yep.
He's played the first couple of ends have been very good, so he looks like he's got hold of this green.
This is not terrible. Needs to hurry past this front one, Gussie, and he's not too bad.
Great effort. His speed was good too.
Yeah, he was. He just collected a little bit of it, which killed the speed.
I actually thought he was wide enough then. That's.
Oh, look at that bowl just fall down as well. I think Denzel's going to be a little bit more positive to this, Gussie. I think the call was from Dawsey. Try and sit that one of Travs through the head, make a few.
He's just playing something delicate. He's got to come back. You see that hold out? You add that little bit of weight, and it wasn't much he had, it just wouldn't move.
Yeah, he didn't really have the weight he wanted either,
No.
I don't think. It was only just sort of jack-eye.
Yeah.
In the women's final as well, next door, Jess Wallace from Eastern Rangers, Gussie. 10-1 lead after 4 ends.
She was on fire yesterday, apparently.
An absolute superstar.
Yeah. Revelling up here. But a tight affair over there, 15-13.
Yeah, the other O&M Rinks are a few ahead, so...
Gives you great confidence.
Overall.
When you've got a rink up 10-1,
yeah,
the other rinks gain confidence. They know they don't have to do anything super. They've just got to go back to their job, tick over that, win some ends, and try and move that. There was a good shot there.
Just missed that on the camera, but Cam Cannon's gone quick up.
Yeah.
And opened the hand right up, and that Trav Kelly bowl for BCG is left there for the
one shot, is it?
Numero uno.
One of the things I'd like to do next, especially even in a final, if you've got more delineated stickers, it'd be good, because it's very hard to see some of these multicoloured bowls when you can only see the back half of them and you're not too sure who's is who.
Especially we're looking straight into the sun, which has appeared now.
Yeah.
Beautiful skies over Sebas BC.
We had Northern Gateway playing with really bright pink stickers, and they stood out. It made it much easier to call what was going on.
Dawsey wasn't a million miles away there. Clips the front one off the line, so...
Looks to be only one, doesn't it?
If you've just joined in and thought this is the final, there's only one bowl within about a metre, well...
Yeah. There has been some movement.
It's been changed up quite a few times.
Kevy's looking...
shots being played.
Kevy's looking with just a little bit of weight. He's just got to come in underneath that bowl, and he's not going to turn in time. Great effort. Oh.
Well, if he gets to the back one,
that's...
Would be a mile away for second, I'm not sure.
Got to be... Well, I still think that white one out to the...
You reckon the white to the right is second shot? Yep.
Yeah, I think so. But he won't mind, Kev won't mind that bowl band there. Has he got another bowl?
Yeah, both the boys have one to come still.
We've also got a couple of poles in front of us.
Yeah, right in front of the white block, especially where you're situated. Yeah. All right, Dawsey, not a million miles away with his first. Looking to just try and draw this one off.
He's going to come back. It's a good bowl anyway. Oh, that's definitely second.
Really nice weight for what he was playing there, mate. I think gave it every chance. Gets them another second if they didn't already have second.
Yeah.
Bruce Anderson jumping in the comments. He's on board. Matty West tuning in as well. All of a sudden, mate, the sun is out and it's a nice morning here at Sebas PC. How good.
Might be pulling the shorts out later on. All right. He's not going to change his weight too much, is he? He'll play similar weight.
I want to give it every chance, I would have thought.
He's out on a similar line.
I reckon he's pretty good here. Gussie just going to nestle in.
Yeah,
off Dawsey's and fall in. Yep, I reckon that's pretty good. Looks like
two
it is.
Nice ad.
So Kevy a few down originally coming that way with that end, was able to kill the end and restart when he was, would have been at least 3 down.
Then Cam Keenan knocks the head around.
And then with some weight,
just shows his versatility and draws another second shot just to add a bit of salt to the result. Their versatility between their shot, is just remarkable. I mean, Kev's kind of known as such a can hit. We were talking about earlier, but his draw, plays up at Moama on those beautiful carpet greens up there, and just beautiful draw shot. Yep, they can play it all.
Hey, Roy Graham, it's done well. So the opening two ends coming this way have been won by Goulburn Murray. The other two ends going back towards the clubhouse here have been won by BCG. We'll see if we can break that pattern as big shouts of Gunny on the ring next door.
Yeah.
Put the jack straight into the ditch. I'm sure Gunny will be stoked to have that confirmed by Chris Ferguson as he runs up the green with that.
Yeah, good home there.
Shot. Not exactly sure
if
it was a multiple next door or...
No, they haven't...
What the outcome was. Right, Lee Graham sneaking past with his next one into a really good home.
He's waiting for this just to work a bit for him. It's a fair effort. Just wouldn't come back. Yeah, I don't think they changed the scoreboard on that other rink.
They threw 2 on.
They did, right.
See if Trav can really put the pressure on here.
He's close. Just got to get
Wants
down.
to get all the way back up to the
what
jack.
A bowl. That's a big confidence booster for him. He's just been trying to find it, and I think he's a couple of ends. He's now back on the finding his line of length there.
Yeah, even when he ended up having shot last end, he had second shot
He
for a
did.
fair way. So he's
Yeah.
been in the area early,
Yeah.
Trav. Guy's done well there, able to get second shot. There was a fair room to do so. See if Trav can repeat the same.
Yeah, he's chasing this. He looks more up. He's up and about now. It's close. What a bowl. Yeah, 2 great bowls, Trav.
Yeah, awesome by TK. Probably doesn't look great from the mat, but I think guys been called to change hands here by Dawsey. Try and draw it off his own. There's an angle there on his forehand, being a lefty. He's just
I think
pinched
he's
it.
just going to drift under. He's holding pretty good weight. Yeah, very good. You don't see these guys just trundling up into heads trying to get results, do you? They're just trying to play fairly difficult shots, but the right shots, and they can play them. And if they miss, they're in the area, and it sets it up for the guy behind them.
The last one probably gives Cam a bit of a good guide to what he has to beat. Coming off that drive on the last end.
Good areas
a little bit of assistance to get back towards the centre of the line. Denzel Cartwright makes his way back to the mat. Son Josh, who you boys saw on stream yesterday, going along very nicely, and Liv over here watching in the corner as well.
Yeah, Josh.
Not too happy that hasn't turned as much as he thought it might have. Still gives them one pass where they didn't have one, so Helps the cause. Shouts of Ori.
Yep.
Couple rings over. A few high fives.
The Brad Orr show.
They win that end.
He's just not going to get down again. Another good bowl. Yep.
Okay, so they've got this set up pretty much everything. Most of the bowls sort of past the jack and holding at least one with Travis Kelly's bowl in the centre there.
They're just trying to clear this front blue. It's very close here.
Closer here.
Oh, yeah, very close. Good. He's got it. Yeah.
Cole,
what a bowl.
What a great shot.
Ripper bowl. I mean, those back bowls now are gold now, aren't they? You can, although they're down. Kev's got a great shot on the forehand now.
Yeah, I reckon there was a few comments on the crossover there as well, Gussie.
Was there?
Kev's still smiling.
Yeah, I think he's thinking,
a real good shot on
it
here.
actually looks better. Yeah, although they're down.
Oh, never mind trailing the jack straight into this.
Yeah, well, they've got... Ooh.
Yeah, would have just lifted a tad there. Just drifting.
Maybe he heard our comments about going a bit more direct rather than trying to play the harder swinger. Well, Dawes will be trying to cover this up somehow, won't he? He'll be looking to try and change the look of this head a little bit. It looks too juicy.
I reckon ideal result is to turn this yellow down or get back to Cameron's.
He's not going to, but he's going to end up in a nice home. They just wanted to finish beyond those two bowls. No.
Oh, I just need to hurry another foot. We've split them up just about perfect.
I think that was probably his intention.
Giving Kevy 2 looks at this. He hasn't missed twice yet, Gussie.
So he needs to just drop a tiny bit of weight to get it to swing a bit.
Well, he hasn't listened to you.
No, he hasn't. He just... well, there you go.
By a lot at all.
He was actually trying to use the outside bowl, wasn't he? He was millimetres away.
Only need a little piece of it, and it probably bounces around and keeps moving into the ditch with it, so...
Well...
Dawsy with a pretty good chance here to...
I think that.
I don't know, that just has to...
He's taken it.
The right speed.
Tighter line.
Same speed as his first. He's good here.
He's got a tighter line. He wants to get down to the shot
real
bowl.
Good.
What a bowl. What a...
David Dawes, thank you.
Yeah.
Not missing that.
No. Jimmy and I were talking about the skipper's ability to add when they're holding. And we were talking about that last night at dinner. And it's such a big key thing, isn't it?
So adds in a third as well. So the boys on the stream Rink exchanging blows early on. It's an 8-4 lead here to David Dawes' crew after the first third of the game. First 5 ends.
Yeah, there's a bit of energy going on around the BCG.
Feels like the Goulburn Murray boys are up and about, but still pretty closely on the overall. There was a bit of noise for Brad Orr on the far Rink early. He drew the shot for 1. So a tight affair playing against Brad Holland. I imagine that one to be a really tight game as the morning goes on. Gussie, I can't see there being too much difference between them.
Well, we could have streamed any one of these rinks.
Yeah,
it was a really tough call, but they're quality rinks. So good bowl here. He's bowling well.
Yeah,
the leads are having a cracking battle, really.
This is Brett Gunny on the rink next door. He's played a few big bowls the last couple ends. Just having a look across. putting it jack into the ditch on the previous end and now drawing a toucher. That's why they're here playing off for the gold title. Chris Burrell tuning in. Kenny Beaumont, good morning to you, pal.
Hey, Buzz.
Swanee just making comment that we said earlier. Don't often see KA in long pants. It must be cold. It's actually not too bad, man.
No, it's starting to get a bit toasty. Nice. But I wasn't taking the chance again. We froze here yesterday. No jumpers, no shorts. Wrong choice of clothing.
I wasn't aware of what your setup was here yesterday, just under the roof.
Well, we actually moved. Yeah, we got out of it because we beat that rain.
Smart. Got to look after all Brad's equipment here.
Yeah. Well, I'd rather move the equipment before it rained than during the rain.
Yep.
Like
you did well, Tuna. Tuning in as looking after Victoria BC yesterday. Had the stream going as well, all hooked up to the tellies.
Yeah, it was good. The clubs were playing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walked inside before. They've got it on the big screen as well here at Sebas, which is awesome.
Yep.
Away next door by Andrew Brown, missing by looks of it. So Gold Murray will pick up another end on the ring next door.
All right, he'll be keen to correct on his last, Trav.
Yep.
Looks pretty good. Just got to get down to it. This is a great correction.
What
a bowl.
Yellow fat.
Very good. Gave it
every chance. He's playing second, so that's his
Yeah.
role. Absolutely.
When I was saying Trev wasn't playing well, I didn't sort of mean. I mean, he didn't look like he was that happy in the early ends with because he's such a class bowler, but he is playing well.
So a few early numbers around the place here for Goulburn Murray. A couple of fours, fair few twos and a three as well.
Yep.
Another four to go on to Brett Gunny on the rink next door there.
Just stretching it out a little bit. Just got to get under that. Isn't it horrible when you played a short bowl and someone runs into it?
Yeah,
and you think, you just, look, it happens.
So the big board after a third of the way in here, 15 of our 45 ends. Goulburn Murray have opened up here to a 19-12 lead. See, it's still early on, but in these sort of games, Gussie, it can be tricky to catch up this sort of margin, so BCG won't want to let the Goulburn Murray guys get any further ahead.
Yep. He'll to play pretty much the same bowl. That bowl's out of the way now, so he can just play the same weight, I think. It's just hanging a bit there. Okay.
15 ends in the women's final. Guess what, Gussie? It is all square.
Yep.
Jodie Fruin, Karen Morgan locked at 4 apiece. Jess Wallace travelling along nicely for Eastern Rangers. She leads 12 shots to 2.
Wow. Ball here. Yeah, we watched Jodie draw the shot yesterday to win the game. That was she was exceptional as a team were. They've got ice in their veins, these girls. They just step up to the mat and just do it.
All right, Cam was able to add another one to the count for BCG. Looks like they're holding at least 2, probably 3. now at silver finals as well. It's Sandbelt taking on Yarra. Sandbelt with a 3-shot lead. Still, obviously, early days over there as well. Imagine that one to go right down to the wire. There can't be much between them. Gussie over there, Sandbelt and Yarra. A lot of, as you said, of our plays that we see on a Friday night in our Premier A live streams.
Yep. Packed with stars there.
And the locals in the women's silver final as Kevy just crashes. The local Ballarat Highlands, they are flying.
Local homegrown team.
An 18-shot lead.
Wow.
A third of the way through against West Coast.
Well, we talked about 15 shots being a big, you know, a big healthy lead, but early days.
David Dawson's drawn the shot.
Great bowl. Just keep applying that pressure, don't they?
Yeah, there was just a little bit of room, and either sit the jack high bowl, fall in for shot, but it's drawn right on top of the jack. It made it pretty hard here for Kevin as well, I think. Gussie, what do you think for a shot here? What's he got?
Well, you're not drawing that, are you?
Yeah, it's sort of 50-50 past the jack. There's Trav sort of a foot past all the way back is, yeah, it's sort of 50-50. Depends how
What do you
much
think?
weight Kevin chooses
four
to
down,
play.
is he?
No, one down.
Only one down. One down's never.
I'll tell you what,
trying. It's
Gussie.
trying.
Oh, what an
That's
effort
an awesome
from Kevin
effort.
Anderson.
Oh, well, it gives him another one in the head.
Oh. So it'll be one.
Yeah.
Goulburn Murray crew. David Dawes, 3 down, drawing shot with his last bowl. Kevin Anderson ever so close from flicking the jack around the corner. And for the first time on the stream, Rink, it's consecutive ends and it goes the way of the Goulburn Murray crew.
Seems consistently, just looking across the board, they're all sort of playing fairly long ends. No one's bringing the mat up or doing anything.
Yeah, sometimes you see a bit of a preconceived plan in terms of a long or short length, but they're pretty happy just to play sort of 3/4 at the moment.
Yeah, this one's probably 85%, isn't it?
Graham just on the high side, nice speed. The lead battle just starting to heat up, as we thought it would, as the boys adjust to the conditions with the wind in behind them coming back this direction. Very sort of blustery breeze, bit swirly. Seen a few now coming back this direction on the back end towards where we're sitting. It's just got stuck out there, yeah.
It's holding as it clears the clubhouse. When it gets down there, that wind is taking effect to hold the bowls out. I don't know if we can see the clubhouse. It's a double-storey clubhouse here, so it's a fair block when you're in it down that end. But once you get out in the open, the wind has more effect. Trav's playing that side. Let's see how he looks. I reckon, see if this holds up for him. Close. Oh, clears that. He was good.
Oh, Brett Cunning again on the ring next door, ever so close to changing up the head for the... keep going to call them Ovens and Murray, and I don't know why. I think it's the uniform. Is it very similar to O&M, or have I just made that up?
No, and, you know, it's a bit confusing with the guys wearing their jumpers and, you know, someone's wearing a Bendigo jacket there, so it is...
All right, Trav. Just wants this one to hold on as long as he can.
Well, that's not bad. He was stiff both times, just clipping the bowl.
Probably didn't need to clip his own there. Clear road, he probably always held all the way up to that blue shot bowl.
Yeah.
Ladies final, score update, big board. Eastern Rangers 22, Ovens and Murray 18. After 18 ends.
I just got this feeling with Eastern Rangers now that I just didn't quite give them their credit due, and I reckon they're
pretty strong side.
I think they're
going to.
I think they're going to get it done. It's trying to factor in conditions up here too. You know, who was going to just, you know, do the best in foreign conditions, like at Moama, where it was sort of a bit more benign undercover.
Yeah,
it's you know, we're playing on grass here now in the open elements. You know, it's he or she who adjusts best. You know,
and up in Moama, location where a lot of these guys playing here have played events and tournaments and things in the past, so used to the greens. Whereas here, there's a few of our teams probably haven't played at a few of the clubs throughout. Just picking up the greens.
Carla yesterday said she'd never played ever in Ballarat.
Really?
Yeah, never played here.
Well, there you go.
So if she hasn't played here,
that probably means there's a
how many others haven't
played
here? Like, you're right, it's a bit unknown.
Yep.
But, you know, people, this is where we come here. We come to the region. People are going to discover this place, that it's a great place close to Melbourne with great facilities. Come on down and... Back on air. Sorry about that. Might be the wind blowing around those internet waves.
That's what we'll put it down to. Meanwhile, back at the head, that Kevin Anderson is bowling too. It hasn't changed up a lot. I think there's still one down to the
he's playing a little bit more weight. He's trying to land the bowl. Trying to land the bowl and... Geez, she's found a few holes.
Big weight from Joshy Cartwright, a few rinks over, getting up and about. Rink that worries me for BCG, Gussie, is the middle rink. Brett Gunning's picked up another 3. It's an 11-5 lead for Decker over Andrew Brown.
Yeah, well, we're nearly halfway through.
Oh, Dorsey's played that pretty well. Flick another one in there, so possibly holding 2. What does Kevin Arf holding off for the play here, Gussie? What's the play? 2 down, we think.
Well, I didn't really mind what he played before. He just found a fairly small hole. You're certainly in the area. Just to draw the shot on the backhand here is difficult. We've just seen a couple of bowls just struggle to get back down, so he's playing that sort of just reaching weight again. See if he can just land something. And there's nearly a result. I think that was 3.
For the first time in the game, Goulburn snuck out to a 10-shot margin. Wait for the boys to put on the
12-4.
You don't miss much, Gussie boy.
No.
3 it was. 3 hits in a row for Dave Dawes and crew. Kevy on the way back, you might have picked it up. Just asking his boys to lift a bit.
Well, they elected to play that the backhand and the other side. The other boys were playing the other side, so maybe it was just you've got to be careful which hand you're trying to play here,
especially in a one-off final where it's 15 ends. If you get stuck playing what was to be the wrong hand for half of a game, that might make all the difference.
That's exactly right. You've got to be aware of what the conditions are doing. It's almost as if
Scotty Adams good again.
It's almost as if it's a kind of a for a lead anyway. It could be even a forehand green around the clock here. It seems to be more favourable forehand on this coming back this way, and it's turning more the other way, coming forehand on that way, going away. So, that's where you let your experienced front end, just pick wherever they can get closest. Doesn't matter how they get there, does it? But Kev needs some help. He just needs some heads he can play to.
Yeah, tricky conditions. He probably just wants a few heads where he's got a few more bowls in the head to make some stuff happen. We saw early in the game, he was able to couple down, but they had 3 or 4 sort of thirds bowls in the area to make him play some shots.
Again, the leads are doing an outstanding job, doing their bit. Just hold on a bit. Just going to not quite get there. That's... geez. There is a bit of turn on that hand, isn't there? We're talking about the different grasses here, the 2 different greens, and if you get onto the back green and play that forehand there, it's really tight.
Okay.
And you come out here, I played my first bowl here last Sunday on it, and it swooped just like that one did, and I thought, oh my God, it turns.
Yep.
So it's a good hand. You can trust it. See, they're
so it's
getting
3
under
bowls that they've... Just completely missed the line on by looks of it more than anything. They've just looked tight out the hand.
This is better. Bowl here. Yep.
Yeah, fair correction from Guy. They hold a couple. I think just over the top of the front of the black line might be the place to be. We'll see how close Trav gets to it.
He's under again, I think. Yeah, look, see,
It's underneath.
yeah, once it gets under that breeze, it just... And of course, if you're standing there, now I'm looking at those flags, if you're standing, to be fair to the boys, you know, you're thinking, those bowls have to hold onto that breeze, but they're not. You've got to believe what you see. Hard to do sometimes.
We're sort of set up in the middle of the green. Not sure if it's a little bit more protected the further we get down with the clubhouse, or...
I think so. I think that's what the thing is. Yeah, you get 2/3 of the way down and the bowl will turn. See, watch this one. He was way outside the line and he's going to nearly get back to the line. So, you know, you can't be... You've got to be nearly to the black.
Yep.
At least, you know. I'm sure he'll make... He's switched on to the other side, so... Well, he's going to play the other side and have a look and see what goes on out there. It's a clear road. This should be pretty good. Down you get. Yeah, good.
Over for speed.
Good.
Will be pretty positive to this, Gussie. Any movement on the shot bowl sort of changes it up. Probably get something over to the centre of the line, or if he misses, he can
he gets
split all these back ones past.
Here it comes.
Yeah, never mind about that. Just underneath and draw the absolute shot. Thank you very much. It's that easy, pal.
Look, I'll tell you what is easy. If you're holding, it's harder, you know, if you're chasing the shot on this green, I think that's very hard.
Cameron's going to rip one here.
He's got a bowl. That's an awesome bowl. That just could turn their fortunes around. That's what you need to see. A bit of up and about. And he went harder at that. He didn't muck around with it.
No, wasn't there to be muck around with, that's for sure.
No. But yeah, we did talk about this yesterday also. You know, if you've got a front end that's on and you're trying to convert against it, yeah, you can do it, but it makes the job easier for your skips.
Yeah.
You want to make your opposition chase. Anyway, a chance to reset. Gives the boys another end. That's the second dead end, is it?
Yeah, I reckon they're both gone that way, and it's both been the Bendigo Campaspe boys that have got themselves out of a bit of strife.
Yeah. And this is where you just got to, you know, you've got to reset and take the most of your opportunities. You've got another chance. You don't often get two chances in life, as they say. So they have another chance to put a bit of pressure on. He's setting it up. That's a great start. He's really been rock solid, hasn't he?
They are. They've just had a few... loose bowls, I would have thought, as Bendigo Campaspe.
This looks better. This looks better. Here it comes.
Just had a couple more in the head, but...
Just got to run it out.
Lee Graham.
Yeah, Graham.
Cue goes bang, side touch up.
Thank you. All right.
Can they get the boys up and firing here? They trail by 12 shots here in the men's gold final at our Region Sides Championships for 24.
Good effort here again. Just going to finish in a really nice home through there.
And for one of the first times I can remember, Gussie, hosted by the city of Ballarat. Have we been here for an event before? Have you been here for an event before? Don't think so.
Not in my time. So it could have been before, I'm sure. I mean, Ballarat was the golden city of the world, wasn't it?
Staying just over across from Sovereign Hill, our combination.
Made Melbourne, marvellous Melbourne, what it is today.
Yep.
It was the richest capital city in the world at one stage. Before our time. All due to the gold rush.
More shots for Goulburn Murray as well. 2 to Brad Orr, another one to Brett Gunning. That's 4 ends in a row for his Rink. of a sudden, Gussie, this margin has just blown out to 15 out of nowhere, really.
And it's once you've got that sort of lead, you know, you can start to control the game a bit more. Well, one downs are good, you know. Chasing in these conditions is hard, and trying to chase numbers.
Yeah, that's it.
You know,
especially with the way the heads are being built as well. It's so maybe one side's been sort of unlucky. They've just built the heads up a little bit better, especially on this rink anyway.
they're going to end up with nearly 3 seconds there. I mean, that's like gold, all behind. Good effort here if it gets down. Close. Yeah, that's a great bowl. Trav, that's a great bowl. That's a really good head build-up.
Well played. So holding a couple here.
Yeah, they've got their 2 in the head now.
As good as that is, it's still very accessible for Denzel to get after, isn't it?
Well, it is because they've got
pretty confident.
They've got some bowls behind. I mean, their head set up, although they're down, is still good for them. He's playing forehand. Just trying to get to the white. I don't know if you play a little bit of reaching weight. Is he just trying to poke up there? Yeah, he was.
Yeah, just drifted underneath. That was the.
He only needs
pretty happy with that speed for that sort of shot.
If he touches the white at that, it goes to their yellow. It's it's all good.
The Prez has arrived in the building.
Yeah, Pat Tram, our illustrious president, doing a fantastic job. She does, works tirelessly for the sport.
Always getting out to her events and seeing what's going on everywhere.
She's the everywhere woman.
Yep.
She really is. She's covers the countryside. She was running around between all the different 4 venues yesterday.
4 host clubs yesterday, yes. Yep. Cam just 2-3 foot short. Has probably made it harder for Denzel here. I think he's been forced to change hands. The last one's in his way.
Mm-hmm. He would have loved a second crack at that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think so, because he had a really good weight with his first one as well. So see if he can change over. What can he come up with?
He's not bad.
Oh, he's played nice
close.
weight. This is pretty good.
What, he wants the bowl, do you think?
He's got to hold on for it.
Second shot. Oh, he's stiff. That's a stiff result.
Turn late.
Oh. They are, yeah, well, there is a late turn on this green, I reckon. It's,
turn real late again on that backhand side coming this way. All right, Cameron out on a nice line here, going by the last one that we just saw.
Yeah. Oh.
Hold on, there's a good result.
Brilliant.
All right, well, there's probably 3.
Yeah, it just depends where that yellow one is. I can't. It's hard to see how far behind that is.
Well, I reckon the yellow one's the Goulburn Murray one that's
the
closest for them.
Yep.
And then the other 3 belong to
could
BCG.
Could be third.
We've talked about it all morning, whether the big weight's the way to go. What's Dawsy going here?
I think he's just playing delicate.
Okay, all sort of searching weight more than anything, more than probably Denzel played. Oh,
yeah.
Dawsy is locked in here, Gus.
Here
Look
it
at
goes.
this. Look
Here it
at
goes.
this.
Out it goes. Yeah, and then what a shot. Yeah, he did play a little bit more than Denzel played, so he wanted to take the swing out of it.
It looks hard to beat at the moment, Dave Dawes, the way he's locked in. He has played superbly in the opening 7 ends of this clash.
Is the kill on? Can he see the edge of that bowl?
I'd say so, yep.
I don't think he's got much other option. I mean, they're 12-4 down on the card. They can't be dropping another one. You got to be winning some ends. He's not playing big weight.
Yeah, all of a sudden they're going to run out of ends, correct.
And he's wide. Okay. Stays up, it'll help.
I reckon he's a tad stiff there. I don't know if it was as bad as he thought it was. The wind just completely died down for the duration of that bowl going down the green. But he's probably played more weight than any of the other boys have so far.
Still, even if with that one, I'm not sure if he gets it. I think the yellow will still go with the kitty. tough shot. Yeah, he's playing what he thinks he can play and get it on. Far be it from me to...
Yeah, I don't know how far the jack goes with it.
Yeah.
Springs out to the side here. Oh, well, there you go.
Well,
Thanks, Brad, for that shot. That's perfect. Out to this Trav Kelly bowl. Dorsey looking to split them up the best he can. Has he nearly drawn a second? Tell you what, he's nearly drawn a second and almost stopped the jack from...
It's not going to spring now. It'll just go to the bowl. So he's asked him to come up because he's saying, it's changed, mate. You know, we're going to have to do something different here. Is there any shot on the forehand?
Yeah, I don't know. The boys are battling to get back on the forehand with any weight or not.
Here we go.
Oh, well, here we go. Which got...
There you go.
And kills it. What
Did
hit?
we say?
Gee, high five in the commentator's box because it was us that played it, wasn't it? Yeah.
I always think when if you're a third and you call a skip for a good shot and he plays it, I think it was all in the calls.
All right, here we go. Can that fire up the BCG boys? They need to go now because if they don't, they're going to start to run out of ends, we feel. They've got some work to do. Goulburn Murray lead 29-14 after 21 ends. Around the grounds, Gussie Boy. Women's final. Rink next door. Eastern Rangers 27, still leading narrowly over O&M 23. 4-shot lead. They're through 24 ends on the big board. Silver finals. I can just see the big board around the corner from where we're sitting. And Sandbelt and the Yarra are locked here 20 apiece.
I reckon it'll be a tie. I'm
after
predicting
26
extra
ends.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Getting excited by the results as it starts to get into the second half of the game. You can see how things are panning out and you think, well, you know, extra ends would be good. Don't want to see the tournament end. It might be here tomorrow. Kev asked his boys on the way through, you know, just for, you know, to make sure they're there, and he asked them for a bit extra and to give their bowls a chance, and, you know, you've got to make sure their bowls are in play, either at least behind. Give them a chance. They've killed the last two ends. They're hanging on. And I'm sure they've got the talent to turn this around.
And the last final, probably waiting on a score update, the women's silver final. The locals, the Ballarat Highlands crew, leading 27-17 over West Coast. West Coast went through 3 from 3 yesterday over Victoria and we're in pretty good form, so should be a good clash.
So what was the total score there?
27-17 the way Ballarat Highlands. So Ballarat Highlands were pretty hot early as well. I reckon the margin might have been a little bit more than that.
Well, we were kind of predicting a hometown kind of, you know, bit of sentimental vote. It'd be nice to see Ballarat pick up.
Yeah, that'd be good.
A local team pick up a title.
They've already got themselves into goal next season, but a title will top it off. I don't think there'll be any complaints. Yep.
Something to hang up in the club rooms and give their large spectator group, and you can hardly see that game over there. It's just surrounded by locals, I reckon.
Isn't it? It's got the biggest crowd surrounded by an absolute mile, mate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very... yeah. Can see the players were just saying you're trying to make sure you get your bowl out on the right line, but there is a limit, and once you get beyond that limit, it doesn't seem to want to come. But, you know, you make your correction with your next. Let's have a look at it.
So importantly, Andrew Brown has stopped the run of 4 ends in a row to Brett Gunning, who was, they were up and about, so they get the mat back.
Yeah, he's overcorrected.
Andrew Brown's boys get the mat back, and what have they gone, Gussie, on the rink next door? What's the length? Has there been a change?
No, they've been playing long.
Full ditch to ditch. They've gone pretty much all the way
they've
back.
Gone that extra. They've gone the extra.
Yep.
A lot of these big driving skippers don't like ditch to ditch. They like a kiddie to have a chance to go out and kill. I know with Pidge, when I play with him, he likes a kitty out in the middle where it'll be out. He doesn't like it in the ditch. When you're in trouble, you want it out and start again.
A 3 to Brad Holland's crew to go on as well. So the only rink that's ahead for BCG. So I'm going to pick up a few shots there, keep the margin around 10. So
look, I think
still plenty to play, about halfway through now.
Yeah, the other two rinks have just got to keep it even, keep it real, and just see if Kevy's boys can get the job done, which I'm sure they've got the confidence
100%
that they will, and you just got to give them some time and to do it. As we saw here yesterday, there was a couple of numbers scored and stuff. I mean, 6 or 7 shots is nothing. We saw a couple of odd numbers fall yesterday. So even at this level, it can happen. But I think the conditions are just getting better and better. As like I think from a bowl's point of view,
our little vantage point, we're under the
warm
roof
up
on the end rink. We're not in the sun, and I'm not too happy about this.
Yeah, yeah.
Alrighty, Denzel Cartwright's been fairly steady early on. Say early on, we're pretty much halfway through this contest now. It's absolutely flown by. Just 15 end games here, straight through. No time limit today, as it's the final.
We're about an hour and a half into the game now.
Yep.
It's just flown by, hasn't it?
Yeah, no time limit. The boys can play their shots, kill as many ends as they like. We've already had 3 on here on the stream, Rink.
Well, our televised rink is the one that's behind, so we never want our televised rink to finish first, do we?
No.
We like to.
So we like a few dead ends.
Yeah, so thanks, Kev, and Cam and Kev.
Yep.
So for doing that.
I worded them up pre-game. Alright, so bit of discussion here between Skip and Third about what the play is. Any thoughts, Gussie, on what the conversation might be? Because it might have been a routine sort of shot, but it was a bit of a conference for a minute in the middle of the green.
I think there's no need to rush. I think they're just going to consider. He's looking around a few other rinks. They're just going to take their time. They know at this stage they're in control of the tempo. He won't mind making Kev wait. It can only become a game of chess, I think. Because with someone like Kev, one hit and you don't cover some bowls that you don't think the kitty can get to, and it does get there, the game can turn on its ear. There's certainly an open draw there.
Yeah, that's what it...
But look at this. It's
not
going to let you see out in that, just outside the line where it won't come. And he sort of, you could see it on Kev's face there. He just sort of, okay, give my bowl a chance, and it doesn't want to turn.
Yeah, not like he played bad weight as well.
No.
A foot or two over, if that.
Looks like he's made a correction here, just trying to get down.
Needs to navigate this one. Doesn't want to
close.
crash in the middle. Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Didn't need that touch, really, did he?
I think Kevin might rip this. 4 shots. See, Caro, and eventually they hold one of these numbers they've been threatening to hold on to. Kevin Cam have killed a few of them, but the ends have repeated themselves the way they've set up.
But again, a fairly innocuous build-up to that number, isn't it? You know, and in the end, he's forced to play weight because Dorsey, you know, puts another one in there, forces him, and you can't keep hitting them all day. At some stage, you've got to turn the pressure and the screws back on your opponents. Everyone's in a jolly mood this morning.
Aren't they? What? Plenty of comments. The boys should want to get on the commentary, I think. We've got a third headset here. Should start offering it, I reckon.
We could run a bit
some
of
real
money,
expert comments.
Gold coin donation for a minute on the live stream. Yeah. No, I don't think so. We're not offering anything else but a mic. All right.
Back to it. Scotty Adams been pretty steady up front for O&M. Been at least one of his 2 bowls has been really right in the area every end, I reckon, Gussie.
He's been setting it up for him, really.
Yep.
I mean, and it's not as if it hasn't been a good contest up front. He's just been probably just inside.
I don't reckon he's been all over the jack either, just consistently within a foot or two. And, giving Dorsey
well, I think it's
a starting point.
I think today is an area day. You know, you bowl in areas and you're not trying to get on the kitty. Just getting your 2 bowls consistently within that foot is top class. Once you try and correct on it, you'll drop short or you'll sail through.
Oh, Dutchy calls of hold and Brad Marin hands in the air. Result has not gone their way there. Jack's trickled all the way through.
He's just going to... Oh, he might get to the... Yeah, good bowl. Yep. All right.
More interested to know what's happening in the Brad Holland contest. Already drawing to a jack that's about a foot from the ditch, but there was big jack movement and hands on head, so I'm not sure exactly
suggest he's just
what
drawn
happened.
one shot.
It's pulled up abruptly.
He's just looking for the second, I think.
Okay, so they ended up 1 down and already actually missed out, so... One
So
to Goulburn Murray.
He was just shy, wasn't he?
Yep.
Trav's added. He's just got to work this hard. He's pretty close. He's just got to bite hard.
Yeah, much better area from Trav.
That's a good bowl. That's a good bowl. Gets a couple of low fires from his teammates.
Andrew Brown, big weight next door.
Oh, yes, he's killed an end.
It's a jack out of bounds. Yeah, so a lot of weight being played across the board, isn't there? BCG, which probably tells us the heads are being set up by Goulburn Murray. They're the ones building the better heads and holding the shots. That's not just on this rink, but across the board. Denzel with a couple really handy shots on the last end, just ducking away late there.
Come on, Cam. Time to whack a few in there, mate.
Yeah, well, Trav's starting them off. He
got to back him up now.
Got the shot. That's it.
It's got to hold. Got to hold. Did no damage. Denzel would just love to draw a resting touch here, I think. He's got some pretty good area.
What? I reckon he's in a real good area.
Yeah.
I reckon you're right, Gussie.
He just loved to draw, and he could look at this. Jeez,
Oh, falls right back onto the line as well. Thank you very much.
He's such a beast, a competitive beast, isn't he?
Yeah, loves
like
it.
He just wanted to really just, you could see it.
Australian triples, runner-up. You don't get there by chance.
No.
Gus.
No, what a great effort run that was for him.
Chance to win that game as well.
Oh, yeah.
That for a long way.
And he was playing with his son, Joshy.
How good's that?
You know, imagine winning an Australian or runners-up in Australian titles with your dad or with your son or your family member. You know.
Brent Rayner as well, who was on the stream rink there, all playing the same rink there in the Bradwell rink, leading up.
Yep, he's here. He's got a pretty good air on this. We know they do come from there. You just got to get to that back bowl. Great effort. Come on, Big Kev.
Yeah, he's really got no other option but to try and draw this out, because if he's a touch wide and rips Travs out, they're in a world of hurt.
He's following this one down. He's just on the tighter side, I think. It's got a good weight, though. He's just going to...
He's playing unreal, mate. He's just locked in on the draw. It gives
amazing
Kevy half a look to draw it off.
Yeah.
It also gives a chance to
just
both bowls out. He's going to try and lead the last one.
Line. He's corrected his line. As long as he's out of the weight, it's going to be a good bowl.
Needs to hold on.
Yes.
Just crashes the front.
Yeah. Great bowl.
Two more. It's Goulburn Murray. The stream rink goes out to a fix that up 18-4 lead after 9 ends. Did not expect this, Gussie, at all.
No, they're very much in control now.
All right, well.
18 shots. Can you come back from that? It's a big ask, isn't it?
I'd say yes, but I just don't see when it's going to come through the way the heads have been built. Well, sure. If there's one rink that can get them right back into the game, is the Brad Holland rink. Yeah.
Yep.
I think they look most likely. Oh, we're about 2/3 of the way through, mate. We'll run through overall because the women's silver final was still no closer to knowing the winner with 15 ends to run. Eastern Rangers still with that very slender margin. It's a 31-29 shot lead. That's the women's gold final.
They've just been holding that lead all the way through, haven't they?
Yeah, it's been like that the whole time through. A 2 or 3 shot margin. I don't think I've seen that overall.
And now
any more than 2 or 3 shots.
Has the
silver
Metro
finals
final.
on the back green. There's so many people watching that I'm going to have to go to Bowls Link and
have a look. Might be interesting just to run through the skipper Gallagher's and...
Yeah, so Ali 10, Gallagher 9.
Okay, good game.
Bryce Young 6, trails Josh Corliss 9.
Right.
And Alan Veach 6, trails Ben Hubbard, who's just picked up a 3-9. So it's a 5-shot lead to the Yarra Bowls region. We'll see both those guys in the gold section next year.
Might see them both in the final.
And the last update we had from the women's was the locals. Ballarat had a 10-shot lead.
Yep.
Remains around that margin. They lead by 9 at the moment.
Yeah. just ended up in a good home.
All right, half a sniff for TK Gussie. He's going to throw this one in here. And holding a couple. It's the loosest end by far that the Ovens and Murray front end have played. This is their chance to try and cash in and really put the pressure on.
Yeah, he's got a good bowl. Down you get. Yeah, there you go. Grab your opportunities when you can get them.
Good shot.
Yep. Is Denzel going to be a party pooper? Is he just going to draw a second shot just to shut him down?
That would be beyond him. There's still a bit of room even for him to get second shot, let alone knee shot.
Yeah. That's all he'll be looking for.
Yeah, and between him and Doughty, they're both pretty locked in and locked in on the draw as well.
Yeah.
I don't recall them having to play many weighted shots at all throughout the game.
Needs this to hold a bit.
Oh, maybe we put the Moz on him there. That's ripped right across. So now Cam's turn to throw him in as well. Yep, keep building the pressure.
He's just slightly tight on the line. Run it out. He might just sneak in. Yeah, well.
Needs to stop turning. Well,
that's good
probably
enough.
Be in.
Dave's taken a much better line. If he runs this out, it's a good bowl. He probably gets shot. Oh, his second shot, he'll take that.
It's a good shot either way. Get second for now.
Yep, still an opportunity.
Right, yep.
Doesn't help. Close, close. That's a great bowl.
It's a full back down.
Yep,
make it a little bit better. Yep. I'll play Cameron.
Very good bowl. Kevy asked him just to come under, just to try and land the bowl. He did exactly what he was asked. He played beautiful weight. Just got to give Kevy a sniff. I mean, you know, just give him something to be able to make something out of. DAWS is going to play forehand. I'm not sure what sort of weight he'll play. He'll be playing underneath the bowl, I think. Oh no, that bowl is coming around it.
Yeah, he's trying to sit Cam's last one out, I think, pal. It's to hold on
He's
again.
Close. It's
not far away.
2
He's just
foot.
got to rip them up there somewhere in the area.
Spectators just tell us how much they're enjoying our streams on Friday night.
Love the Friday nights premiere.
Don't forget, tune in on Friday nights.
Can only be down to the commentary, notwithstanding the bowls. Jeez, we've had some good games this season.
Yeah, has been.
It's an absolute cluster of teams around 3rd to 6th as well. Plenty to play for. Back on Friday night, I reckon we're out at Bundy, BC.
Who have they got?
I reckon it's Deer Park in town. Bundy, one of those teams that are in that cluster of teams that are sort of 3rd to 6th on the ladder.
Yeah.
And then a couple, 2 streams, I think, of Premier action over the long Australia Day weekend. Keep an eye out on socials and Facebook for streaming of Rinks and
every Friday night,
all the
get
info you
tuned
need.
in.
All right, Mr. DAWS for the first time in a long time. He's down on the mat. What can he do about that? 2 down. He's out there.
He's just content to try. He was just probably content to try and draw the shot. The way he's been playing, he'd probably back himself now.
Rare loose one. All right, what's Kevy looking at here? Because that Denzel Cartwright bowl, Mr. Gus McIsaac is holding them out of a few.
Yeah, he's got 2. So 2 in the hand, you could say, but
Don't know if there's a lot of...
no,
It's not a very straightforward shot at all, is it?
draw a third.
Okay.
I think, you know, you don't want to overcook these things, and he's playing a little bit of weight.
Oh, he's trying to swing the bowl out, Gussie.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's not bad. Get down. Oh, mate.
Oh.
That's a great effort. He's still got 2. He's just like, what do you got to do? Wow. He's shaking his head going, I can't play it any better than that. But they get 2. And Dave Cartwright walked past him and gave him a little low 5 and said, well done, mate. But like this,
No, that was a shot to play. Sits that through fat. He probably makes close to 5.
4, yeah.
Just got the wrong angle of it, and it's stuck around.
But it's movement in the right direction. 6.
Okay. 2. Stop the run. Big final 5 ends coming up now.
So they've got to be thinking, what,
They'd
they've
have
got 5 ends, right?
Well, I reckon they'd have to win just about all 5 ends to...
If they've got to get to...
have a chance on the big board.
I think they've got to get to 15. So 9 shots. They get to 15, maybe they go down by 3 or 4. It gives the team a chance.
That's it.
That's got to be the target.
That's probably best possible scenario we're talking as well.
I'm trying to talk it up.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
I'm trying to work out, and well, you know, this next end will tell a lot about where this game's going to head. The crowd are starting to encroach on our space, aren't they? We can hardly see the green now.
Yeah. We might have to resort back to the Bolts link end by end scoring for some updates.
Yeah, yep. Thank goodness we got Brad and his cameras. All right. As I said, I think the conditions have become a little bit more benign. The players have been out here for a while now, so I think we're going to see some close bowls. And pretty much on cue. That's a great start.
Yep, that's what Kevy's after.
Perfect. You know, anything behind he wants. And again, let's see if he can double up here. He's got to grip a bit. Just won't quite get back. Yep. Good weight. Good areas here. Good areas here. Yeah. Trav's got a good track. His pace looks pretty good. He's got a huge bit of breeze pushed him down onto the kitty and a bit of movement, and it's gone the wrong way. So that breeze really got up, and he got a
Wow.
He got a piece of it. He was actually a good-looking bowl. He just
That's pretty stiff, yep.
absolutely supercharged the bowl. It's pretty good here. Just got to run it up a bit. You won't be happy with that.
The way they had set up. The consolation is they were holding.
Yep.
I think was pretty good with his speed. Just got absolutely smashed
Yeah.
by the wind with his last. All right, so another chance here for Cameron. A couple ends in a row where he's still on the mat and
Bowling to a winning
shot.
head.
Yep.
We talked about this. Bowling to winning heads. Let's see. He's gone out a fair way, but it should be all right if he's pushed it.
Yeah, they've just missed the weight. Going back this way, Gussie, a few of them. So what on earth does Denzel do here? Because this does look like a routine sort of line to the jack.
I think it's.
Anyway,
I think he nearly forehand.
either side of the yellow.
Yep. He just got to give his bowler a chance, make sure he's there. He's playing forehand, I think. Yep. Just make sure he's there and about. It's in the area. Second shot. Fair looking bowl. Just got to miss the yellow. And he has. And there you go. On cue. Great bowl. Sammy, on cue. Missed the yellow. Played the percentage.
Must have heard you, mate.
Well,
Camerones tried to follow him down, but crashes into TK, so 1 to PCG, the way the head stands.
and Dave just slips another one in there. Good, solid second shot. I mean, ones are not much, and ones are good, but they're not much good to Kev. He's looking for multiples. Fairly good bowl. He'll play the other side of the yellow now. Watch this. Oh, close.
Oh, nearly did, and actually comes to a pretty handy spot there as well.
But it pushed Trav. That was Trav's bowl he pushed around, wasn't it? To the behind. So it's a good home. He's just looking to probably try and get under the orange to land the bowl. He's hit it right in the high diddle. Probably had good weight for it. Not sure it would have held. That Holland Orr game's just been 8-7, just absolute cat and mouse, isn't it?
Yeah, we thought it might be. I didn't think there was going to be too many big numbers throughout that. Both high quality teams throughout. There's going to be not too many loose bowls, not too many loose heads, and that's the way it's played out.
Playing a bit of weight. Oh,
crashes the front. Does it open up now for him though?
I reckon Kev might swing around on the other hand and try and run that bowl through.
Yeah, if he doesn't, he might sort of slice the jack into a spot where they're holding a few as well. You can see sort of Cam just putting his foot as to where.
So he's calling the shot.
Give it a draw too. Yep.
And that guide, the guide of the yellow bowl's a guide.
Yeah, you can see there Cam just saying there's a chance he falls back onto the jack and makes 2 or 3 as well.
Just sprayed it. Just how's he look there in the way? It's close. It's close. He's got it. Yes.
It's through. Good.
What a bowl.
Yep.
And I wasn't barracking. I was just cheering for a good bowl.
Cheering for a closer game. That's
well, we want
fine. We're allowed to.
We love the close ones. That's what we're selling here. Here he goes. Is he going to... Oh!
All right, so... Trav's closest bowl out and...
1. He'll be happy with that.
Second shot, so 1 it is.
I think, any one shot will be is a win for Dorsey. So reset again, and Kev's keeps the scoreboard ticking. Kev's boys.
Yeah, back-to-back ends for the first time in the game. Gussie.
Yeah.
It's fresh.
What's the length they're going to play?
They tried to change it up last end and the jack ended up in the ditch, but he's done well there, so Kevin just asked for it to be stretched out, so we'll see what the boys can come up with.
Well, he's starting to nail him now, so let's just see if he can keep going on with his good work. He's playing that side of the green pretty well.
Ends remaining 14.
Okay.
Overall margin 14, Gussie.
Yeah. That's doable. That's under that magic 15 we talk about. So you just keep eating away into that score and just see what happens.
Alan tuning in from Harvey Bay, 29 degrees. You know what it is if our region sides, is that the same as their district sides they have in Queensland? He'd be a man who might be all over that.
Well, I don't quite understand how some of the other states do it. They use different terminology. You know, everyone seems to be playing for a state title in just about every game they're playing in Queensland, just the way they, you know, we talk about group and events and things like that. They talk about state events.
Yep.
So New South Wales, I think a lot of their stuff's run at the group level. They seem to, you know, it's not easy to get information on what's going on there. But I tend to concentrate on our stuff, mate, and just let them follow.
Like that.
Well,
leading the way in a few departments, Gussie boy.
Yeah, I think we're doing some good stuff. We've got a few ticks, and and you know, we've got our live scoring going here in full view today. We're the only state doing that. I'm hoping the others will follow, and it'll make us easier for us to enjoy games. You know, when we're watching our interstate games.
Yeah, I think you heard that yesterday. You boys tuning in on commentary. Jim may have mentioned there's still, as good as it is, it's not where we want it to be yet. There's still a few things we'd like added on. So,
but you know, it's you know, 1% increments, improvements. You make 100 improvements at 1%, you get 100%. So.
Just a little bit of noise from the BCG boys. Another end picked up to Andrew Brown. That's a 2 for them. So and margin back to 12, Gussie.
And here we go. Here's a change of length on the rink rink next door. They've brought that mat up the first time I've seen a ostensible change in tactics. They're going to try something different. You want to try and get your opponents into an uncomfortable zone where they're on the back foot a bit, especially if they're beating you. It shows what a couple of short bowls can do to an end, doesn't it? It makes the ones to follow a bit difficult. You've got to find a way in there. This bowl here is causing a little bit of trouble. And this is a little bit more reminiscent of what was happening yesterday, where that area of the green where the bowls were finishing short. It's like a magnet once you get one there, isn't it, Sam?
Yeah, I think Dets will be pretty aware of what just happened and may be tempted to give this a little bit more.
Well, they're trying to get outside that blue, and it's just causing a little bit of grief. Here he is. He's well and truly outside it.
Played this pretty well, I reckon.
I'm not sure it's coming back, mate.
Okay, so he has given it a little bit too much. There we go.
There's a fine line there, I'm telling you.
Yep. Women's final. Back to 1 the diff.
Oh, God.
Eastern Rangers lead. That's going to go right down to the wire.
It's 35 all now.
It's 35 all. Apologies.
Can we say we've got the cliffhanger there too?
Yeah, I think so.
How's this looking? This is pretty good. Just got to get down. Yep. Good bowl. Okay.
Well done, Cameron.
Denzel knows this is such an important bowl. He's been who's been there all day. He's going to...
Caught in the trap, is he, Gussie?
He's caught in the trap. They're trying to get up around that blue bowl, but to get it back, and that causes them to play in that dead weight. There's how many bowls? 1, 2, 3, 6 bowls there that have all done the same thing.
All right, so Kevy walks back to the mat, holding a couple here.
It's the third time he's gone to the head holding, isn't it? In a row?
Turn in a row, yep. Back-to-back ends.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, he's... Yeah, okay. He's trying to give the bowl a chance. He's seen all those bowls finish short, and he's done the right thing and copped a huge amount of breeze, and that's just killed his bowl. Yeah, he's... The variance...
It's pretty tricky out here. It's still as nice and morning it is. It's still pretty gusty with the wind, so...
Okay.
Making for a few...
I think Dawsy might be saying enough's enough.
I reckon he's pretty nice speed.
Is he around? Is he cleared it? It's a good effort.
Just runs away late.
2.
Still 2.
Yeah, that blue bowl is probably right, just kind of right where they want to be.
All right, Kevin, not 40 foot through here on the draw, which is good.
He's done it. He's done it. That's an awesome bowl. Okay.
All right, 3.
We might see some weight. He might just run at those 3.
Yeah, he's
loading
up.
Here he goes.
They've actually got a few thirds here. I don't know if all 3 go.
He's got the middle one, and he got them all.
All of them.
Wow. You don't muck around. I mean, 2 down. That's got to be heartbreaking for the BCG boys. Got to be heartbreaking. I mean, they really have just... They've been lifted their work rate, and they got snaffled.
Kevin just chuckles to himself. They couldn't have done much about that. They outplayed them the entire end and end up dropping 2.
But Dawsy could see, you know, the efforts that had gone in. You're not going to draw the shot. And he got that front run right in the middle, and the other 2 go.
So it looked like the margin was going to be back under 10 for the first time in a long time, and it was game on. All of a sudden, it was around that 14-15 margin.
Well, they would have been 18-10, right? And we were talking about getting back to a 5 or 6 shot. They weren't far away from breaching that game, and now they're back to 13. I mean, it's a cruel game. Yeah,
14, 39, 25, 12 ends to run. Now, men's gold final, region sides for 2024 at Sebastopol Bowling Club. Our women's final on the rinks next door between Eastern Rangers and Ovens and Murray, locked at 35 apiece. With about 10 ends to go overall there. And our men's final, I can almost see the score through a crowd of people here. How big's the crowd, Gussie? There's 4 finals to watch.
It's just doubled.
We've got the locals supporting the Ballarat girls in the silver final in the far corner. It's plenty of support. The Sandbelt girls who have been knocked out last night watching the silver final. And then inside, up above, upstairs, there's a big viewing gallery. That's absolutely packed out as well.
They are literally hanging from the rafters.
Yep. Yarra lead 33-31 in the men's silver final. Just 6 ends left there overall. That one's going right down to the wire.
There are literally people running from game to game, just trying to see what's going on. Which one do they want to see the end of? This is the value of having all the teams play here together, all the finals at one time. It creates such a great atmosphere.
And Ballarat Highlands, the locals, look pretty much home. They've got a 20-shot lead with only a few ends to play out. So
you won't get into a pub tonight in Ballarat.
You did last night. All right, Trav has enough. Draws 1. fair to say that a few comments coming in. Dawsy, Denzel have been probably the best players on the rink.
Yeah.
Just played the big bowls when they've mattered most, and then, as you said, Garci, when needed to, they've drawn in and added to the count.
Yeah, they've had to do a bit of heavy lifting the last 4 or 5 years. I mean, the leads were very, very outstanding early. And they're still putting their bowls in good positions. But, yes, our back ends are earning their keep now. That's where you've got to share the load, you know. Everyone's got to chime in at the right time. You don't need everyone playing well at the same time. You just need a couple.
As much as we're focusing on our stream game here, where there's still a few ends to go. Also keep an eye on the women's final, where Gussie, the Ovens and Murray girls have snuck ahead for, I think, just about the first time I can remember. 37-35 after 37 ends.
Denzel
with the best weighted bowl of the lot. Second shot.
Close here if he gets under the white. That the boss. Yep, great bowl. Denzel will make his correction on his line here. Oh, is he going to get down? He's trying. No, just
his weight superb again.
Just on the outside of that line.
Crashes, and it's probably 3 to Bendigo.
Yep. How's he looking here? He's just under the line. Hang about, no. Just, it's cruel when you miss it, isn't it? It's good. There's still.
Yeah, just about
still voice.
Yep.
There's still voice in the boys. Good ball here. Oh wow. Just to ruin the party.
It's just too good.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
He's
too good.
He really, from the first, you remember, he drew the shot with the first bowl of his game, was his second bowl. I mean,
early on.
He's been there from the start. He has had some better heads probably to bowl to, but then when he's in trouble the last end, he converts and kills the end. So he's probably done it all. Kev's close. He needs a bit of help off this bowl. Found a few holes. Yeah, he's frustrating. Very frustrating. Kev's been in the area all day, really, hasn't he? And he's just bowled without a bit of luck. You can see the scores there on each of the rinks. They just sort of built an ascendancy halfway through the game to just sort of maintain that.
Yep.
And Dawsy's gone out. He's covering the back, I would say. He wants to get through.
There was a chance if Kevy had travelled all the way through for 3, so that probably needs to hurry a little bit more. It's still there for Kev.
Yep. He hasn't quite covered it, but it's something. See if they like it. You can tell by their reactions sometimes.
We'd love to see what's happening on David Dawes right in the way of the camera.
And it rolls one of their bowls up. Bit of good game, some shit.
All right, Bendigo lads, pick up one.
A bit fortunate. And Dorsey just hams it up a bit.
We completely missed what actually happened with Dave Dawes standing in front of the camera, but we didn't miss his reaction, Gussie.
He hit the short bowl up, which was theirs, and got a good result.
Punched Trav Kelly's bowl all the way up for one shot. Up and back here on the stream, Rink. Margin 13, 9 ends to play overall.
Yeah, it's a bit of voice coming from the supporters now. They're getting up and about too.
Silver men's Yarra still lead by 2 with 4 ends to play on the big board.
Maybe something for us next year. You just slightly stagger the games by half an hour, maybe, so you're not going to get everyone finishing at the same time. Would be just. I know it mightn't make any difference at the end, but it just looks like the 4 steam engines are going to enter the station at the same time, and you can't be everywhere.
It's good. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. And with
it'd be funny actually if all the games were finishing and everyone would be moving around to the last game.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
You know.
That was a good shot. Berger next door. Swings the jack into the ditch. Darren Burgess playing third for Andrew Brown. There's been an update to the big board in the women's gold final.
39.
Eastern Rangers lead by 1 with 5 to play.
Oh my God.
Does anyone know where to look? The guys up on the balcony there, I think, have the best view on the house, Gussie. They can see it all unfolding.
They've got the gold tickets, I think.
Yes.
See if Kev's boys can finish off with a flurry and put a bit of extra pressure. His track's fairly good. He's played a pretty good bowl here.
Good shot.
Yep. Trav's following him down on that line. He's not far away. He's just got to hold a bit. Yeah, fair effort. Great reply. Just down. I think he's just outside the line here. Anything out there just won't give. Bit of weight being played on the other. Yeah. So we've seen some. We'll see some shots being played, I think, in the last couple of events. They're not going to go down without a fight.
So they got to try and make something happen. It's looking next door. The Bendigo crew are holding a good 3 or 4 with the jack in the ditch, and Chris Ferguson has drawn right to the edge for 1. Just when it looked like the Bendigo crew might be in half a sniff of picking up a late number to make things a little bit interesting. Seems like it's been snuffed out.
I didn't go back into any recent history. Bendigo must have won a couple of these titles. I think a couple of years ago they may have done. I'm pretty sure the girls won one a couple of years ago. He's on the march. He's got it.
Oh, I was after it to stay.
Rolled in, followed it in.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, 2 to Bendigo Goldfields there. Yep. I think if that had stayed, it probably would have been 3, would it?
Yeah, that was the far rink, and then far rink 2 to Dutchy Holland's Rink.
Yep. So there's...
And Andrew Brown possibly holding 2 or 3.
If they can get this margin down to 11, 10 or 11, there's chance.
Alright, so Kevin 1 down, but also they've only really got 1 in the head, that Trav Kelly bowl.
Yeah, well,
On.
I don't think Kev will leave that bowl sitting there somehow, you know.
Alright, so Rink next door, Brett Gunning 3, at least 3 down, missed out. Andrew Brown looks like he's out of there. Bendigo holding at least 4 on the Rink next door, with 1 to come. Kevy missing wide.
Misses wide.
More interested in Brett Gunning's last bowl on the Rink next door here, Gussie boy.
How's the reaction? You can look at the teammates.
Well, I think it's quick, unless it lands something.
Yeah. There's a big clap there.
Goes in.
How many?
It's at least 3 or 4.
4, I think.
4, I think.
Now, if Kev... It switches the... Did they do the board? They got
Right.
12-15.
No, if Kevy makes this,
Is that right on the gunning ring? 12-15.
yeah, yep.
If this is big in the context. This bowl. His line's good. It's close. He's close. He's got it. What a bowl. That's huge swing arounds. This game has come alive. What are we within 10 now?
Within 10, we're within 7, and Kevy's holding the shot.
Wow. Yeah. You know, the game can turn on a dime.
Women's final, Eastern Rangers 40, O&M 38, 4 ends to play.
And Yarra?
In front by 1 with 3 ends to play.
You could throw a towel over all these games, really. Like
I'm leaning to see overall scoreboards over people. David Daughter's ripped one up here on the back end.
How's he looking?
I'm going to close my eyes.
He's found the hole. How many?
1, margin is 6, with 6 ends to go, Angus.
My calculations, that
Away.
means 1 and end will be a tie.
Goulburn Murray, they were here this time last year.
They were. Yes, I thought they were.
To an extra end.
Yep.
They're on the wrong side of that result.
With the, Metro. That was a one-shot loss, and they want to revenge that.
Yep.
And things were looking pretty good.
They've had a margin here of, wow, it was at least over 15.
It's an
Getting close to
amazing,
20 shots.
absolutely amazing swing around. We're going to get 4 games with 4 extra ends, I think.
What is happening?
Well, everyone's absolutely true in this game. Game face on now. Get them close. Put the pressure on. All right.
All right, neither of the boys found it with their opening. Shots, Lee Graham. Better for speed.
Good weight.
Yep, in the zone.
Somehow we seem to have jumped ahead of the other rinks.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that happened. We were on track for a mile. We had about 3 or 4 dead ends, and all of a sudden we've flown past. So this is the last end. The boys next door still have 3 to play.
I've got a strong...
Sure be able to get the cameras moved over. 2 thumbs up, my Brad.
Maybe the other boys slowed up a bit, decided that they wanted to control the pace.
Yep. How's Trav going here, Angus?
He's got pretty good pace. He's just got to get underneath that.
Oh, just like a touch of speed. Bendigo Campaspe, last winners of the men's region sides in 2012.
2012. Well, that's they'd like to has been a decade nearly, so or just over a decade. They'd want to get another one on the trophy in the cabinet there. Trav's following this one down. He's interested. He's interested. He's got a break under the bowl.
Needs to spin more.
He's close. He's got it.
Spin a bit more.
Oh,
that's handy enough.
And he's sort of blocked up the track a little bit. Still a little bit of room. He's taken the wide route. It's holding. A lot of noise coming from the Yarra Sandbelt game.
Yeah, Brendo Gallagher getting a few bit of support, I think.
Loves the stage.
It's actually, I'm not sure. They must have picked up a number there, Gussie. That's now 33-39 the way of Yarra, so
right.
With a few ends remaining. Eastern Rangers have put a few ends together as well in the women's. 43-38 with 2 ends to go. But all the action, all of a sudden, it looked like it was elsewhere. It's back here, mate. This is where it's at.
Yep.
6 the margin. 6 ends to play. Bendigo holding a few here. Trav Kelly's.
This is an important
bowl.
bowl.
Graham's looked the shots, and Denzel's missed
not
out here is short.
He won't be happy with that. He's trying to play an exacting shot there. Get up under that white. So much for the dead rubber over in silver. It sounds like it's going off over there. They're trying hard, the boys.
And Cam Keenan does not miss out. Draws in a 4th. What is happening? Do you want to grab a headset and say that?
Jimmy's taking responsibility for everything that's going on all these rinks.
Denzel missed it out again. There was we had a bit of an in-house tipping competition for this one, didn't we, Gussie? So JT put it together. So we had to pick the section winners as well as an overall winner for our 4 titles that are up for grabs. I lead the way on 4. After our sectional play yesterday. Jim trails on 3, so the events team miles ahead of everyone else in the office.
Well, as I said, you guys had 6 months pre-warning on all this.
Yeah, that's true. Jim's tipped Yarra as the overall winner. Sam's tipped Sandbelt, so Jim reckons he gets double the points for the overall winner.
Kev's going to slip another one in there. What an ad. And that makes it harder. He's going to have to play up into that. He's going to have to play weight onto Kev's last bowl and try and get a result. And he is, 1, 2, 3...
What is it? It's a bit of a stun and run on the forehead, you think, Gussie?
Yeah, he's going to, off Kev's last bowl, he's got to find the gap under the white. But not easy, because if he's any margin wide, it's not coming. But he's played some of these beautiful bowls today, his conversions.
Not short. Let's see what he can come up with. Dave DAWS a number down.
It's holding, is it? For the reaction of the players?
Yep. Based off the reaction of the lads there. And
so they were interested,
and
then it just ran out.
Oh my.
How many?
Oh my.
Now, Kev's got a chance for the first time today to stand back and suck up the energy and go, well, you know.
It wasn't the same energy 45 minutes ago,
No.
I can tell you that much.
No, it wasn't. But, you know, it's funny. They're the rink that's been losing, losing by the most, but they're the ones that are really controlling the game in some ways. And he can just sit back a bit and just let the others catch up. Maybe he's just heard what we said, we want to finish last. He's got his boys up and about. They're out there having a chat. He's talking to the next rink. They're holding. What should we do? He's saying, well, you just added one. Why don't you add another? It's not being greedy, is it?
I don't think so. I think the only thing is they're two down at the very back. If somehow DAWS got one of these front ones through the jack, there's room to draw to get the backers bowl to ensure that they have shot. Oh, Brad Holland, what a shot on the far rink.
Just drawn it.
No room at all to draw a second, and has done. Brad Hall with one to come.
And it's hard for him to get to now with that short bowl there. Here we go.
Oh, big gust of wind. I'm not sure if this has helped Kevin on here or not.
No, the bowls, unless he gets a little bit of luck.
All right, Dave DAWS. I think 5 down. Gussie, does it look like?
At least 4.
The closest one's the blue bowl to the right of screen.
So should they get their 5, they'll be within 1 of our getting to 15, where they wanted to be. And that'd just about win them the game. It'll make them very, 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 very close. You can see the boys there on tender hooks.
Backhand, he's changed hands.
It's... Oh, it's going to find a hole. Oh! No, can't say anything. Everyone's just gone deathly quiet. That game's over. Kev shakes his hand, shakes his head. That's bowls. That's all you can say. Sam, you can pick up your headset. Thoughts? That's like snatching the trophy, isn't it?
Well, only thoughts is that the far rink of Brad Holland held on to 2, so the overall margin's 5 with 4 ends to play. So it's
it doesn't scuttle the chances, it just makes it harder. So again, instead of being 20-14, they're 21-9. It's a cruel game. It's a cruel game. Don't know if anyone wants to see how that happened. There's some great bowls played, and in the end, he played a percentage bowl with good weight and got a good result. Looks like it's over at Yarra and Sandbelt too. So we've got our silver men's medalist. A lot of noise coming from over there. The crowd's starting to drift back to watch the end of this game now.
yeah. So silver trophies have been running one. Yarra getting the win over Sandbelt there. Of course, both sides will be in the gold sections next year. In the women's silver final, Ballarat Highlands, the locals, get the job done over West Coast Bowls region. Same applies, they'll both be in gold for 2025. The women's, Eastern Rangers, they're playing there at the last few ends. They held a 5-shot lead against Ovens and Murray.
They've really held sway for most of that game,
there was 10
minutes.
A bit of celebrating going on, a big bowl played by Eastern Rangers. I didn't catch who it was, but they look to be in a pretty strong position.
All right. They're trying to...
And here in the men's gold final, 5-shot difference with 4 to play. One of the more unfortunate results I've seen in such an important stage of a game. This magnitude, I think, Gussie, in that fashion, the way it was,
Well, we would have been talking about a tied game now.
Yep. Not even.
With 4 ends to go.
Not even. Bendigo would have been ahead by 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not to beat, so they're still...
So those boards say 14 and 13 ends.
Yeah, 13, so there's actually 1 end to go on there.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Brad's moving cameras for us.
Doing a great job. 17-12, so there was a 2 to go on there, actually, to Andrew Brown's Rink. So the margin, Gussie, is 3.
Yep.
With 3 ends to play.
We're trying to move some cameras and get a better view for you guys. So
Andrew Brown has put on the last 6 ends in a row.
he has put on a bit of a clinic, hasn't he? His team's lifted for him. They have hung tough, this BCG group, and they have almost turned this game on its head. And you can just feel the buzz around as people move across from watching the other green. It's starting to fill up here now. Every bowl now is sacred. Everything counts. So it's going to come down to this middle rink.
Yeah, we'll stick with the 45 for now. Brad's our cameraman getting the camera set up behind the rink, so I'll be able to catch the last 2 ends.
As long as the players play ball with us.
Andrew Brown and Brett Gunning. It's been a
Willingness
good
bowl to
contest.
finish.
Yep.
Yeah, that's their holding shot there
Well
now.
played.
So there we go. We've got this end now live streamed. So that's the BCG bowl holding shot there, Jack High. Golden, that bowl just runs through the gap. Willing that bowl to get back. It's in a good home. It's in the count and behind. Holding 2.
All right, Johnny Stokes has
Played a fair bowl if it runs.
needs it to run further.
Just second shot, is it? No, maybe not.
Yeah, possibly the shot. Pretty close. Still room for the back end here. Darren Burgess, a quality player from the Bendigo area. Gussie, not sure if you come across him before. He's part of the VBL Bendigo East.
Yep.
Magpies, who had a cracking run at VBL too.
Yep. Kind of stalking it. Not sure he's there, mate. Not sure he's there.
Correct.
Won't be happy with that at this stage of the game. Brad's done a magnificent job to get that camera set up for us, and we're going to be able to watch the last 2 ends here and see a nail biter.
Oh, Chris Ferguson, what can he come up with? It's
He's got pretty
close
good pace
shot
on
as
it.
it is.
He's just got to get down. Just got to grip. That's a great bowl.
And fall in.
Yeah, it's
right.
close. Might be holding 2. One there. Second shot certainly. So Bendigo Goldfields are holding 1 shot here. The Jack High Bowl, the Aqua Bowl. But there's room to draw another. You know, there's 2 or 3 feet, isn't there? Is he wide enough? It's fairly good pace.
Doesn't want to flick that in.
Fairly good pace. Just missed the line slightly.
Brad Holland drawing a toucher on the ring next door as well. It's a awfully tight head. Any idea, Gussie, on the ring next door?
No, I can see it, but I can't see. There's a bowl.
Yeah, there's a cluster of bowls right in the Jacks.
I'll see if I can get an indicator for the players. He doesn't. You can tell a lot by their reactions. That hasn't changed anything. Okay. The players are interested. Players are interested.
Bend inside the green one. Oh, it's turned it up as well. That might be shot.
Yeah, I think that was shot anyway. So, chance to draw another one. Well, he draws another one here, makes it 2. Probably don't want to be chasing 3 or 4 on the last end.
No, I know. Big confidence on the ring next door as well. Brad Holland with 1's come. I think both skips with 1's come as well. Super tight head. We'll keep an eye on it.
Watching the reaction of
Andrew Brown under for line here and doesn't want to flick this bowl in. That's away. That's a Goulburn Murray bowl.
Lovely weight.
The line. Morning, Alex Marshall in the comments, tuning in for the
Sir Alex.
first ever Region Sides Championships at the City of Ballarat Sebastopol Bowling Club.
Right. Yep, it's exciting. We'll remember this one for a long time, these finishes.
All right, Brett Gunning. Rink was on fire early. Andrew Brown's picked up the last 6 ends of the roll on this Rink. It's been the barometer for the BCG.
How's he looking?
Pretty good. He's got to just
he's
put
got
his front one, doesn't he? Oh, he's no weight, Gussie. He's no weight. Okay. So the green to the left of screen, BCG, that's them holding 1, we believe.
I see another shot
Andrew
being drawn
Brown wants
here.
to come. Superb weight with his first. Definitely on a high line here, isn't he, Gussie? Definitely on a high line.
He's just got to be there. He's got to run. Come on, run. He loves it. Yeah, wow. He's bowled. Oh, wow.
Yep.
Loves it.
Also,
he was on that high line. You picked that early.
See it out of hands.
Oh, wow. What's gone here? Other Rink.
Brad Holland, huge shout to Dutchie on the ring next door. A few high fives. Yeah, the head changed up. The Jacks moved.
Yes, it has moved out slightly. 2 here.
And Brett Gunning has missed out. And it's 2
here.
to Andrew Brown. The margin.
1 shot.
What is happening?
Well,
he's back to 1.
We're assuming that BCG are holding on the other Rink too, so they could be well ahead. But there's one bowl to come.
This was never in doubt this close to the finish, was it?
No, I've always predicted
it's the way the weekend's been going.
Replay and go back to the first 5 minutes was in our predictions.
The margin probably close to, what, 20 shots an hour ago?
Yeah, it was 18, 19 shots, I think. Yep.
Crazy. Brad or Rink next door on their last end has the last bowl down at the head.
Now, remember about 6 or 7, 8 ends ago when they said they brought the mat up on that middle rink, and they haven't probably lost an end since they've done that. So it's weight being played, nothing
Crashes
changed.
the front, misses.
2.
3.
3. That puts them in front.
BCG hit the front by 2, going into the last
There's nothing like waiting to the very end.
What on earth?
You know, why get in front early when you can just get in front at the end? So, last end.
Yep.
1 shot in it.
1 shot in. I just wait for Bradley Marin to update the scoreboard. Yep, 16-9, so definitely 3.
Might try and get a couple of these people just to move for us. Do you want to see if you can... Thanks. We'll just try and get some of these guys to move so we can see what's going on. Yeah.
So the men's gold final, region side championships, Gussie, comes down to this last end. BCG, who trailed by nearly 20 shots halfway through this, have hit the front for pretty much the first time in the game.
And the crowd has swelled. And you can't hardly get a spot around the green now, and there's going to be some nervous bowls here. So this rink have won, what, 6 or 7 ends in a row? 7
ends in a row it is now they've put on.
They brought the mat up as a tactic. They were playing longer ends. They brought the mat up. And there's the shot. Could we get the extra end? Could we have a full playoff?
We had one last year in the men's golf.
Yeah. Could we repeat last year's playoffs where they had an extra end?
This is it, Bob. This has just been the story of the weekend, the way it's gone.
Comes the shot, not quite. Good weight.
Just been close games all weekend at all our venues, and then here again for the finals, hasn't it, Gussie? The Eastern Rangers women, they've taken home the title over an Owen.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to them.
They've had a super tournament. There's a fine bowl coming in there for another one. Well, that breaks the deadlock. They're holding 2.
Johnny Stokes on the mat for Goulburn Murray. Couple down, so they need 2 for an extra end.
He's
3
just
for a win.
Just on the title line. He's just going to sail away, I think. Is it going to hang about? Yeah. Well, I think that's second shot.
It's enough for third, I reckon.
Second, I reckon.
Good spot though. Any jack movement that way is going good. Lamb.
He's just on the wide side. He was just trying to land on those bowls. There's a big bowl coming up here. So you think Goulburn Murray's holding 2 or 1?
No, BCG holding 2.
BCG are holding 2, yeah.
Not for much longer though. He's going to trail all the jack here, Johnny Stokes, for a couple. No, just draws 1. Okay. Come on, Gussie, you're the expert here, not me. Or it's Darren walking back to play here. He's 1 down.
Well, he's 1 down.
That's enough for them to win the title.
Yep. I think he'd like just move the kitty. Just beat him there.
Try and change it up first. Yep.
You can't leave it like that. I mean, you've got
like
3
that.
or 4 jack hole bowls.
Like that.
Can't leave it like that. He's playing this harder hand and it just didn't want to come at all.
Chris Ferguson, one of Shep Golf's top skips, Gussie, on the mat here. Can he add in a second or even move that jack? Is it not nice? Is he getting down? Oh,
Good
superb speed.
Good
Enough
speed.
just to draw it.
He's calling for Jack in the ditch.
Jeez, he wouldn't want to take that green out and play it for him.
Yeah, I know, but I think...
If he gets it, though, he wins the game.
Yep. Sometimes you just got to snatch it for yourself, make the play. I don't think you play big weight.
Oh, it's pretty
Yeah, it is
firm
big.
weight. It's wide. Oh, I'm not sure about that. The boys have played more than aggressive there, trying to get the jack in the hole first. It's giving Chris Ferguson another look now to sit the green bowl or trail the jack.
He's got a better line.
Needs to run.
It's got to run. It's running. It's dying. Oh, he had the line.
Anything but sure there. Gussie was good.
Yeah. He actually played good weight with his first one. Just got a bit tentative with the second one. Look at the players all the crowd lining around. It's crazy. Everyone trying to get a vantage point. Is he going to play? He's playing less weight.
He's played it as well, Andrew Brown.
Oh.
Way under.
So is he looking for the? He's looking for the kitty, isn't he?
He's just looking to swing the jack in. So Goulburn Murray holding one to John Stokes's purple bowl on the right of screen. BCG with everything to the left, the green and the blue. And then everything else to the right of screen belongs to Goulburn Murray. So, well, I mean, Brett Gunning can play pretty much anything he likes here, and it's all happening for him.
Well, he's just got to touch on that last bowl. It's he just got to play forehand, try and promote that bowl. But he's just got to make sure he's there. Okay, looks like he pushed that. He's got to just, he's out on a, it's hanging. All right, well, it might give him the backers bowl. Well, that gives him an option. It gives him an option. There's at the back. I mean, he could run the kitty with his next bowl. He could run the kitty in the ditch for two.
Yeah, that's an option now as well. Does that?
Yep.
So it changes what AB tries to play.
He's trying to change the
Has
look
to
of
now.
this.
He can't chase the jack anymore.
He'd like to just move this kitty, just get down here.
Gussie boy, what's he got here?
It's not giving on that hand.
Oh well, it does. It does give them something to the right of the head now. So if there's any jack, he gets it too far.
So it comes down to this bowl.
I think so.
This for the title. He's looking to trail it about 2 or 3 feet, I think.
I think he's going to try and sit the bowl underneath.
Yep.
Swing the jack in. It's high.
Yeah,
He's got to get down to the jack.
Oh, it's gone through the hole.
It's the hole. Bendigo have won it by one shot.
By one shot, they've come back from the absolute clouds.
Wow, that is
one of the best comebacks I've
finals
seen. Yeah,
and comebacks.
Absolutely. They never gave up. They chased and chased and chased. Amazing.
BCG men's region side winners for the first time since 2012. Goulburn Murray last year in the final lost on an extra end against Metro West. They've led by close to 20 shots here throughout this game.
Absolutely amazing. It's gone straight through that hole.
Gone down by a singular shot, Gussie. Unbelievable. and breathe.
Look at Kevy. Kevy, first time I've seen Kev smile just about today.
Oh, he wasn't smiling about half an hour ago when that result.
No, he wasn't.
That result went against them. Just an unbelievable comeback. It was the story of the weekend, mate. Close games everywhere. The tightness and competitiveness and the quality of the matches we've seen across all 4 host clubs, and then on finals day here this morning at Sebastopol Bowls Club. What a weekend, mate. You've got
to remember that there's 12 different individuals playing in 3 different games, and to come down to the last bowl in so many games, and we had ties and close bowls and running through small holes. You're like, how could that happen? And it's just a beautiful game.
You can see there the stats, the runner green, Andrew Brown, they won the last, what was it, 7, 8 ends. They dropped the one there at the end, but that's them. And Dutchy Holland was able to get a few shots on that strong Rink and Brad Orr. You can see there the celebrations, the BCG boys, they're pretty happy with their efforts.
Even the fight back on Kevy's ring, they held that ring from getting there. You know, they just really didn't let him get away and get any more shots, and it comes down to one shot.
Yeah, correct. They picked up a few towards the end. Yep. So congratulations to all our winners for Region Sides Championships 2024. The men's gold final in an absolute cliffhanger going the way of Bendigo Campaspe Goldfields. 1 shot over Goulburn Murray. Eastern Rangers take home the title in the women's gold final.
I'm so happy for the girls. That was just a great effort. And to have a local side get up here in the silver for the
women's
girls.
silver, yep.
It's super. And, of course, Yarra came to earn some business and earn their respect back and get back into the gold, and they've done that. Yep. So, lots of ticks. Ovens and Murray, last year, this year, perennials, hey? They'll be back.
What a weekend. And we'll be back here next year, won't we?
Well, we'll have to get our voices back, and just.
Yep.
But it's been great fun delivering and showing the game to you guys back home. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, Friday night. We've got the big Metro games on every Friday night, and at Ballarat, come up and see it. It's only just a little bit up the road. There's some great clubs to come to and play, and you've seen evidence of that, and you'll be looked after. So thanks to the City of Ballarat for all their support for Region Sides for 2024. We'll be back here next year, as you said. Thanks to all our 4 host clubs as well. Here at Sebastopol for Finals Day, Victoria Bowls Club, Central Windaree, and Webb Corner as well. Congratulations to all our winners and our streaming partners, as always, Dandenong, Moama Bowling Clubs. Thanks to Brad for bringing us all the pictures, getting through all our internet issues. We got there in the end. What was a great Region Sides for 2024. Thanks, Gussie. We might leave it the stream on just to show the presentation. Is that 10 minutes, Brad? We might just see if we can keep the pictures running. Keep the pictures going. The presentation will be now, so thanks for tuning in. Thanks, guys. We'll see you all next Friday. Thanks, Sammy. Well done, mate. Well done. Cheers.